a big old question, isn't
So
it?
I had this one girl who's a friend. She lives in Maidstone, one of Simon's friends. She basically, her one was literally so good, it made me cry.
Really?
Yeah, she basically had cancer,
Right.
and she had it throughout uni, and they kind of told her she needed to quit uni, but she refused to. So she kind of is graduating this year, so she carried on doing a degree
whilst going through that.
whilst going through chemo and everything, doing all that. So that was like obviously a really empowering
But I
thing.
put losing my dad at quite a young age, living with bipolar disorder and body dysmorphia/eating disorders. For the female empowerment one, I've put yes with an exclamation mark. I said, we've faced oppression for so long, women need to be reminded how fucking amazing we are and that we are capable of anything.
Yes,
So I think that's definitely why female empowerment is
I
important.
can't quote that in the book. I was going to do like...
Do you feel empowered?
That's like kind of like a difficult question. Like when I wrote it, I was kind of thinking like sometimes.
I was going to say, I don't think it's like a constant state, is
Yeah,
it? I
it's
feel
just
like there's
sometimes.
times where, like, yeah, I don't know. I think it depends on my mood, the circumstances. So there's sometimes, for example, where I can walk past a building site where there's builders and walk with my head up and be completely ignorant to them being there. That makes me feel empowered. Or if I turn around and be like, what are you saying, or what are you looking at, or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I think like that you felt to say that just then, I had like the stereotype of builders, but it is true.
Well, funny
we
enough,
just
it
assume
happened
that they'll say
earlier.
something, 'cause
yeah,
they do.
It happened earlier. There was an entire group of men in like blue trousers and orange high vis when
I
I
know
was
what you
walking.
mean.
There's
They've-
loads of them at
loads
city
of them in
centre.
the city. They've done it every single day when I walk past.
Because of me feeling in a funny place anyway, because of what happened the other day, like my anxiety gets ridiculous and I get very paranoid when I'm like this. So I literally turned away so I couldn't see them. So it's times like that I think that I don't feel as empowered, because I almost feel like I'm avoiding it or like shunning away or something.
On my phone, so
Yeah.
I don't have to look up.
So that you don't have to deal with
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But then maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're the empowered times. I think when I feel most confident is when I feel empowered. Like, confidence is a big thing for
It is.
empowerment for me. Just
Yeah, that
feeling
when-
completely certain of yourself.
Yeah.
And that, like, well, no, you are in the wrong, not me, and stuff like that, I think. And self-assured, I think, is empowerment for me. Which is why I think things like, you know, like nude shoots or lingerie shoots and stuff for women, because you can feel confident, can't you? I think that's what a lot of people don't get when they look onto it, when they're like, oh, well, how can you feel empowered having your tits out? It's like, because I feel like confident. I think that's yeah.
Like
And it's my choice, it's my decision.
Matching bra and underwear.
Yeah,
Like you
I've
feel,
got my shit together.
Yeah, you feel good. Even if no one's seeing it.
I will just put in my brackets, burn bras, they suck. So I put,
You do not like bras,
I
though, do you?
hate
So-
bras.
Oh, I never
Accepting
wear
and
bras.
embracing my flat chest. I've years of hating myself for it. In brackets, burn bras. They
Good.
suck.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm the same.
That's the thing.
I feel
Manufacturers don't actually make bras small enough for my chest by a long, like fucking long thing.
Which is shitty when you associate the going into wearing bras stage with becoming a woman, because
Yeah.
you just think if you then actually, like, not picking up on anything, but like with the idea of women being able to have children being a womanly thing, it's like, well, what about the women that can't have kids? Like, are they any less of a woman?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I imagine it is with like the whole bra thing. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I can't
I don't wear
fit any.
I don't
Like,
wear
that's not
bralettes
very
now
fucking fair.
because it's not.
Yeah.
Even like the place where I used to get bralettes that would be small enough for me now are now too big for me.
Yeah.
Like the nowhere makes a bra small enough for me. It's not like I've got boobs. I have got boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just don't. I don't think they.
Don't cater for you.
I'd have to
for
go in the
size.
children's section. I don't want to do that. Plus they're really
Just
uncomfortable.
go without,
when my
yeah.
breasts hurt, so.
Yeah.
Only now have I kind of just been like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I do have to
But
get
it's
like.
hard to get to that place.
I literally, I
and
got
again,
like,
it's up and down.
picked on in
isn't it?
school because of it as well.
Yeah.
Like constantly.
Same.
So I think that's what kind of.
Which is disgusting,
Makes me
really,
so
isn't it? Because it's no
self-conscious.
different to like your fucking limbs or
Plus you're
like
at
it's
school.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Exactly.
in school. Yeah, they shouldn't even be thinking about that.
I think
at that age.
I watched a video by Arden Rose, and that's one of the reasons why I love her so much. Like, I
Yeah.
adore her. She was talking about why she hated bras, and she's got a small chest as well. It's way bigger than mine, but
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? And she explained why it sucked and why we're like forced to wear them, and that's not right. Not forced to wear them, but like make you feel like you're forced to wear them.
We feel like we have to as soon as you get boobs or
And then
become
at
a
the end
woman.
she's like, I'm not wearing bras again, they suck, I hate them.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes girl,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it really bothers me as well, like if you don't wear a bra and you can, God forbid, see
You
your
see a nipple. Oh my god.
I love
A man's
nipples
nipple
now.
is
Yeah,
fine.
that drives
Like
me absolutely insane.
What did I read? I read a tweet. It was like one thing that Rachel Green has taught me from Friends is
Yeah.
nipples are an accessory and they
Yes.
go with everything. I was like, yes.
what inspires you?
That's kind of like
There's
a really
lots
open
of things.
question.
Yeah. I'll be really cliche and say the amazing women around me all the time because they do. I love
That's
seeing
true.
like
Yeah.
the ways in which
think
the women in my
Instagram-
life empower themselves as well.
Like
I love
women
that.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's
Social
like
media is a
such-
massive, yeah.
Such a big source, I think.
I think
for
seeing
inspiration.
my like one in particular is seeing my mum and how she uses
Oh, yeah.
her Instagram account as a way of like being vocal about her eating disorder
Yeah.
because she's had it since she was 16, but it's only in the last 3 or 4 years that she's properly spoken about
That's
it.
really
I've known about it for a long time, but I
Yeah.
don't think she knew I knew. I would just sort of listen outside the bathroom to see if she was throwing up again or something, which was
Yeah.
obviously not very nice. But yeah, she now uses that and she gets people messaging her like constantly saying like thank you for
Yeah,
this.
I've
it's
looked
lovely.
at your mum's Instagram quite a few times.
Yeah.
And it is really nice to look through. And
I still struggle with some of it though because of following all the other body positive accounts that I follow. Mum still speaks in the way of someone who still has an eating disorder. So
Right,
she
okay.
will still associate with if she eats something then she's got to counteract it with exercise or a better meal or not eating as much, which for me still causes issues like for myself because I'm trying to unlearn that like food is bad and that there's
Yeah.
clean foods and that if you eat something you should feel guilty
Doesn't
until you've
matter, yeah, she
exercised it
doesn't
off, do you
need
know what I mean?
to.
But as long as she's not throwing up and taking it out on herself, I feel like that's a better step than
for her, yeah.
not. Yeah, I think you've got to like pick your battles, haven't you?
I could say like it's important because even in 2018, I still feel we're what's the word? You wrote it down. Oppressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fact that so many people argue that we're not as well now that it's like almost. I saw a comment on a post the other day. I can't remember what the post was, but it was a black lady who had commented saying it's not white men that are the most powerful in the world, it's white women because they can basically say something and get it as soon as they want. And I had to take a minute, I had to stop myself from replying to her and thinking like, and saying like, really? Like,
So that's worrying that she actually thinks that.
but I then had to look at it from her perspective and think like they must fucking hate white women though because people of colour are like proper, obviously like
Yeah.
fully oppressed against in terms of like societal and stuff, but in terms of systematic, like white women still are as well. It's still white men that are at the top of the fucking like pyramid. That got to me quite a bit because I thought like, why can't women just group together as a
Yeah,
whole? Like,
that's
I understand that racism exists and I'm trying to fight against that as well as fight for gender equality. I sort of get it because at the end of the day, look at like Melania and Ivanka Trump, like
Yeah.
how basically powerful they are now for not really doing a lot. I do get it, there are some
That's true,
typically
yeah.
white
They're
women
just
that are
married
very
as well.
powerful women who are actually misogynist as well though, so they're not helping our case at all. They're still acting like white men even though they're white women. They're using their power
very
like
true.
a white man would, which is what I think some people get confused with, is that no, we need more like actual feminist women in power.
I think
like
that's what
women
I
that
quite
want
like
the
about
equality.
Meghan Markle now that she's married as well.
Oh, I love her.
She
I can't
wants
get enough
to-
of her.
Oh,
yeah,
she's-
she
yeah,
just wants to
she
help
is
people.
amazing. Yeah.
And yeah, she is like a feminist activist. She's been doing all these amazing things, and she's using her new power
And she's
position to help people.
intersectional as well, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's massively like,
Yeah.
she's not just focusing on one
So
group.
we need more
or-
people like her.
Yeah,
really.
definitely.
I don't know if my answer's okay. Probably is. I put yes for that. Empowerment is important. I put yes. It's 2018 and we're still being oppressed. We're still having to defend why we need feminism. People still have minds where if it doesn't directly affect the person, and then to them the problem doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because like the oppression of female community
Yeah.
And like being feminine, so that's like including guys that have feminine qualities,
traits. Yeah.
that only affects them sort of people. So when you've got like white men, or like
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity
Yeah.
doesn't affect them.